this new, alliance
Loving
between
it,
the Zona and
man. This is great for boxing. Good boxing tonight. I think it's gonna get better. This was a good first one, I think. So I'm looking forward to what we got in the future.
Obviously, we're just a few days away from Benavidez beating Andre. What makes Benavidez so difficult for a Canelo fight?
He's just Benavidez is in the class of his own. I think that for me personally, I think that I saw it, but just never really, I guess, accepted it. Maybe this fight right here, I just thought that he showed that he's superior to anyone at 168. Nobody can challenge him at 168. And don't even ask me. No, nobody can challenge him at 168. Y'all know what that means. Yes.
What makes him so special?
He's a complete package. You can't get to him. If you do, you're gonna take something on your way out. And what you take on your way out is more than likely what you left, more than what you left going in. So outside of that, he's strong, he's big, he's physical, mentally, and he's just connected to it. You know what I mean? And it's hard not to put him in your top three in the pound for pound list.
You think Canelo, obviously, being that guy who he is, he's fought everyone, coming up as well. So you think he would take that type of challenge?
I don't think we'll ever see Canelo versus Benavidez. I don't. Me personally. I'm still holding on to it. I don't think we're going to see Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk. So.
Even though it's scheduled?
I don't think we see it. So we'll see what happens.
What do you know that we don't know? Yeah.
Exactly. I don't know, man. My spirit's telling me that we don't see neither of those fights. So.
Is it because you hold the victory over Usyk? So
no, I get it. Like Tyson Fury and Canelo Alvarez, they've done a lot. Canelo has done twice as much as Tyson Fury has done. You know what I mean? So get to a point where nights against guys like Benavidez, Alexander Usyk, you don't want those nights.
So does that have anything to do with if they happen to get it together, why you think David is kind of far beyond anyone in the division? Is maybe Canelo doesn't have that drive to challenge himself?
I think Canelo still has drive for boxing, but probably not the drive that it takes to get in the ring and fight and contend round after round with somebody like Benavidez. At the end of the day, I don't think you guys are gonna give Canelo a pass. I look at it and I say Canelo's been pro since 2000 and what? He's been pro for almost 20 years, right? Or 19, going on 20 years. So it's 2 careers for a lot of us. You know what I mean? So I just think that his mouth.
Who do you think we see Canelo against? Cinco de Mayo. Is it going to be Terence Crawford?
I kind of feel like Jamal fought himself into a fight with Canelo. I kind of feel like I don't know what the business was for Canelo, but I kind of felt like it was little brother, bigger brother, whatever the case may be. I think that still could happen. Outside of that, Bud is really talking and really trying to make that fight happen. I think that's something that could happen as well.
What's your take on just kind of the other events this week? Going down 30 minutes away here in Houston. With Ryan and Golden Boy seeming to be beefing just with each other.
It won't stop the fight from being the way that it's going to be. I think that this is a fight that Ryan is supposed to win. He should win. It's matched up for him to win this fight. I think he's going to perform, and he's going to look how he's looked prior to that Tank Davis fight. And then, the big question is how long will this marriage continue? I think, I think it was on its way to its end a little while ago. I think now we're starting to really see that it's going to end.
Do you take sides on that argument? Obviously, Ryan Garcia, so it's just...
I don't take sides in the argument. If I did take sides, I would side with the fighter. I understand from a fighter's perspective, we want to be spoken to a certain way, treated a certain way, and compensate for what we do. You know what I mean? The way the deals and the contracts are structured, we usually come out on the bottom end of it. So I would side with the fighter. However, I do know that there's always 3 sides to every story.
You recently had Teofimo Lopez on your podcast.
You saw that, huh?
Yeah,
The Porter Way podcast.
on the Porter Way podcast, where you can find on all platforms.
Yeah.
He said he declined the offer. It was 1.5 million to fight Ryan. I mean, Ryan on the B side made over 3 million against Tank, right? So, and Teofimo is, arguably maybe 2-time undisputed.
I would have advised Teofimo to take that fight. You're taking short money now, but what beating Ryan, where's that going to put you? You know what I mean? I think stylistically, when you look at that, I think that we can see that that's a fight that Teofimo would fare well in. You fare well now, you do great later. You know what I mean? So I would have advised that. Sometimes short-term decisions don't end up as the best long-term decisions. So I feel like this was a bad short-term decision for Teofimo Lopez. The other side of that, when I have people on my podcast, I don't feel it's right to correct them. Don't feel it's right to kind of like, give them the business, for the sake of words. Offline conversations is what I look to do with those guys. So that was definitely something that in the moment I was like, nah, I don't say it. So.
Hey, Frank Sanchez is on my live. How do you see Frank Sanchez in the heavyweight division?
Frank is more than likely going to be the first Cuban heavyweight world champion. I always thought it was going to be Luis. Luis's best days are behind him, and now we move forward. And I think Luis is going to pull it off. Frank is going to pull it off. Yeah.
Well, what's your thoughts on the December 23 card? Joshua's not fighting Wilder, but they're on the same card. Like,
it's a fight that it's a card that's supposed to get you excited. I'm excited. We got heavyweights in the ring, and as my colleague Chris Algieri said, whenever heavyweights are in the ring, it's a big deal. So I'm looking forward to that, and I think more than anything, we all expect Deontay to come out on top, Anthony to come out on top, and we expect to see them fight each other. The rest of the card, I'm just kind of like, all right, cool. But those two, I'm looking forward to seeing them fight.
What do you think about Ngannou getting ranked?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Ngannou.
Getting what?
Getting ranked number 10.
Oh, yeah, that shouldn't have happened.
Who's messing up, the WBC or?
Boxing's messing up boxing. That's how that goes. So, yeah.
You mentioned
can't have a guy who has one boxing match. Don't care. I get how he looked. Keep that separate though. Keep that separate. You know what I mean? And boxing has not figured out how to make that happen.
So it's a bad look overall, just not only, non-Francis Ngannou, but the Logan Paul, the Jake Paul, the KSI.
One more time.
That's a bad look for boxing to take on, the social media celebrities and not
you got to keep them separate. They're a part of boxing because this is what you've allowed. You've allowed people who don't have boxing experience to get boxing licenses. Doesn't mean they qualify to be ranked. Doesn't mean they qualify to fight them all. What Francis did against Tyson is what it is. I don't know if he can do that against a lot of the other elite fighters in the heavyweight division.
You mentioned you don't think it's going to happen, but if it happens to happen, Tyson Fury versus Usyk.
Man, that's a hard fight to predict. It's a hard fight to predict. It's hard to see Alexander Usyk not doing what he's done time and time again, but I just feel like Tyson Fury is the best heavyweight of this era. I don't know, man. That's a hard one to talk about right there.
Shawn, last one for me.
We don't see it, so stop trying to get me to talk about it.
Shawn, last one for me. How do we get Devin Haney to fight Tank to fight Shakur?
How do we get it?
Yeah, how do we make it happen, man?
The money. I think if the money's right, these guys will get it on. Obviously, beyond that, you just look at the promoters. Leonard Ellaby has said time and time again, as long as the business is right, we'll make the fights happen. We saw it happen with Ryan, so it's possible. But I think that you got to make the money right for these guys. You know what I mean? The money can't just be right for the promoters. The money has to be right for the fighters.
With Showtime pulling out of boxing now, there's rumors that fighters got to take a pay cut.
Not pulling out of boxing, all right? Showtime Sports. Showtime Sports.
Showtime Porter.
The department is pulling out of boxing.
That's right.
All right. So I mean, you gotta paint that narrative correctly because you got a lot of people that love boxing. They'll worry what's gonna happen to boxing. Boxing's fine, okay? PBC's gonna find a home. I think it's gonna be Amazon. We'll see what happens. But boxing's okay.
My last one, I know the fight's not gonna happen, but You having had defeated Usyk already, is there any advice to Tyson on how to beat Usyk? I just love talking about you beating Usyk. I don't know, something about that makes me laugh.
He says he thinks he strokes my ego, and I'm gonna talk about it.
I think it's pretty neat
How
that
does
you
who
beat
beat
him.
who?
Just like how do you defeat a Usyk? I mean, how did you do
I
it?
think it's more so how do you defeat Tyson Fury? You know, Tyson's big. Obviously, we know he's strong. He's smart. When he gets ready, you know, I think he's the best in the world. And it's not a shot. I'm not taking a shot. I'm not taking a shot at Ngannou. I'm just saying.
You bet.
We've seen him perform better. And I think that a fight like Alexander Usyk will cause Tyson Fury to be his best self. So Tyson is his best self. I think he's unbeatable when he's his best self.
The Porter Way podcast on all platforms.
Sir, you got it.
Where can people buy the Shawn Porter suits?
SB Suits, our website should be up like in a matter of hours.
Oh,
if not like tomorrow, yeah. So
First order free? I'm just kidding.
Wait, you didn't have a Black Friday special?
No, I did not have a Black Friday special. There's no specials, okay? The special is we serve you SB Suits and Services. We come to you, we outfit you, we show you what you can do. You know what I mean? So this is not, you can't find, everybody creates their own suit. You know, and so that's the special.
That's cool.
You know, the special is
Custom.
The special is we bring you the fabrics and we show you what you can do, and we show you the things you didn't know you could do. You know?
Wow.
Show you the things you didn't know you could do. So
There it is.
Wait, do your shoes have the initials?
not these shoes. These are Adidas. Shout out to Adidas. But yes, we make shoes, we make belts, make it all.
Appreciate your time always.
y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.